Hey, and welcome to the Winning Daily Podcast. We're here for May the 7th. We got a lot to go over today. Tons of soccer. We're going to do all tomorrow's soccer in the morning, so we don't have to go over it in two segments. So we got all our soccer picks for Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. Couple really big games tomorrow in the Premier League and in La Liga. We also got a little NBA today and a little Major League Baseball. The tennis odds weren't quite up for tomorrow's Madrid semifinals. We'll probably have those on tomorrow's show. I did not like the women's Madrid final very much. Couldn't find a way to get in on that one, so we'll get into the soccer, some NBA, and some Major League Baseball today. So let's start out in the English Premier League, and let's go with the first matchup of the day, Leeds versus Tottenham at 7:30 in the morning on the Eastern Coast. Let's go with Leeds, Tottenham, both teams to score at minus 175 here. This should be one hell of a game here. Really should be fun up and down, especially with the way Tottenham has opened up just a little bit the last couple weeks. They had a great game last week with Gareth Bale and Son scoring goals, and I think they're going to play free and open these last closing weeks. So I look for that and Leeds to put on a show. This should be a really entertaining game, and I look for both teams to score pretty easy. With that, we're going to put Leeds over 1.5 goal at plus 150, Tottenham over 1.5 goals at minus 118. So we got the goals coming in this one. So we have Leeds, Tottenham both to score, Leeds, Tottenham both over. Individually 1.5 goals. Leeds at plus 150, Tottenham at plus 118. Next up, the big one, three matchups overall for Man City and Chelsea coming up. This one, the FA Cup final, and the big one, the Champions League final. So this one, just a regular Premier League game here, and I don't know how much these two teams have after playing in the Champions League semifinal on Tuesday and Wednesday. How much they're going to really show out in this game with an FA Cup final and a Champions League Cup final coming up, which probably both mean a little bit more than this game overall. Chelsea does need to continue their standing into the top four, but overall, Man City can clinch the Premier League, but essentially they've already clinched that, so this game might mean a little bit less for them. But overall, we're going to go with Man City versus Chelsea, draw plus 240. This value isn't great. You probably want about 270, 280 on the draw here, but I just think both these teams are going to come out pretty basic and pretty flat. So we got Man City, Chelsea, draw plus 240. And then we're going to go with a correct score. We're going to go Man City, Chelsea, correct score 1-1 plus 500. I would like to go with 0-0, especially with the way Chelsea's kept clean sheets. But it's just so difficult to really shut out Man City, even if they are sort of playing backups, because their backups are also stars. So I think 1-1 probably has a nice chance at plus 500. So Man City, Chelsea, correct score 1-1 plus 500. Okay, let's get into the Crystal Palace versus Sheffield United game. We don't have a play on the game. We have a play on Wilfried Zaha. We got a couple plays on Wilfried Zaha here. He's going after a career high in goals. I think today's the day he gets it. Sheffield United has long been regulated into the championship. Crystal Palace has long been safe to stay in the Premier League, so this game doesn't mean a whole lot, but it is a game to get stats, and I look for Wilfried Zaha to get those stats and get his career high in goals here. So we got Wilfried Zaha as a goal scorer at plus 138, and we really haven't opened up the gates at Wilfried Zaha to get 2 or more goals at plus 850. So in this game, Wilfried Zaha, goal scorer, Wilfried Zaha, 2+ goals are our bets on this one. No bets overall on the game itself, just because I don't see a play when both teams are sort of just playing out the string on the season. But I do see Wilfried Zaha getting a goal for sure, and he might get a couple. So Wilfried Zaha plus 138. 2 plus goals plus 850. Let's move to La Liga. We got 2 games we're going to bet on in La Liga. One, the big one, Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid. This one has a ton of implications on who's going to win La Liga. Probably whether Ronald Koeman will be around next year to coach this Barcelona team. Maybe even if Diego Simeone can stick around and coach Atletico Madrid next year, because they've been very, very disappointing this second half of the season. They should have long had this clinched, but they just have been playing very, very poor all since probably around late January. It's just been pathetic the way Atletico Madrid, and they've kept Real Madrid and Barcelona and Sevilla, for that matter, all in it with a chance to take over this lead, and this is Barcelona's real chance to really take over this. So we're going to go with Barcelona at minus 125 to win this game on the 3-way. I think Barcelona ends up winning La Liga here, and this is how they do it. Barcelona beats Atletico Madrid at minus 125 on the 3-way. We're going to get Lionel Messi a couple things here. Lionel struggled a little bit about scoring goals against these top teams in La Liga, but I think he breaks out of that today. So we're going to go Lionel Messi, 2 plus goals, plus 360, and also Lionel Messi with an assist at plus 163. So a lot to do with the Barcelona-Atletico Madrid game. Barcelona at minus 125, Lionel Messi, 2 plus goals at plus 360, and Lionel Messi with an assist at plus 163. The other game we're going to take here in La Liga is Osasuna plus half goal minus 110 versus Atletico Bilbao. Really like this. Atletico Bilbao's on a pretty short week here. They played Monday versus Sevilla, got a nice win there. I don't know if they will be able to bounce back versus Osasuna. Both teams are sort of right there at the top of the mid-table. I believe they're sitting at like 9 and 11. So Osasuna plus the half goal, minus 110 here over Atletico Bilbao. Really like the value in that one. Really like Osasuna here with Atletico Bilbao coming on a bit of a short week here. All right, let's go to the Bundesliga, which had a week off last week, and they're back this week. And with that, we're going to take Bayern Munich minus 115 versus Mönchengladbach. Really like Bayern Munich to sort of pop back here after a little bit of a rest to get full health and make that final push to sort of put away the Bundesliga here and claim another Bundesliga title. I believe this is their 9th or 10th in a row, and I look for them to dominate this game and win this one pretty easy. So Bayern Munich minus 115 versus Mönchengladbach here. Next up, the big one. Dortmund really needs this game to get into the Champions League spot. They're still sitting on the outside looking in. They're playing RB Leipzig here, who's already in their Champions League. Julian Nagelsmann has taken the Bayern Munich job. I don't know how they're going to come out, but I do know one thing. I think both teams score here. So we aren't going to take this game because Dortmund has been so disappointing all year long versus these top teams, even if they are starting to come on a little bit. I really want to take Dortmund here, but I just can't do it. So we're going to go Borussia Dortmund, RB Leipzig, both teams to score at minus 200. And then we're going to take Erling Haaland, goal scorer, 2 plus goals at plus 300. So we think Erling sort of gets off the schneid a little bit here. He's been a little light in the goal scoring the last month, though, even as Dortmund has started to play better. We think he breaks it here. We got Erling Haaland, 2 plus goals at plus 300 in the Bundesliga here. So Dortmund, Leipzig, both teams to score minus 200. Erling Haaland, 2 plus goals at plus 300. Lastly, we're going to go to Serie A. Only one game on the day that we really like, and we're going to take this one, much like Bayern Munich, as a blowout. We're going to take Inter Milan at minus 1.5, plus 120 versus Sampdoria. Really like Inter Milan to put this away and sort of clinch the Serie A title this week. So, Inter Milan minus 1.5. Plus 120 versus Sampdoria in Serie A. That's all we got for Serie A. There'll be some much more games on Sunday, I think, as some more roll out. All right, that's what we got for soccer tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon. Let's move into what we got tonight. We got 2 NBA games tonight. The Knicks have been just on a long West Coast road trip. I don't even remember the last time they were in the East Coast playing in Madison Square Garden. But I do like them tonight, despite their having a couple really bad games in a row. They've had time to rest. They've had time to regroup. The Knicks are getting 6.5 versus the Phoenix Suns here. I look for the Knicks to be able to cover this and have a team versus the Phoenix Suns. So Knicks plus 6.5 tonight versus the Phoenix Suns. The other one we're taking is the Chicago Bulls plus 4 tonight versus the Boston Celtics. This Boston team, you never know what you're going to get. Now, I've taken against them the last couple times they've played. They've managed to be good Boston Celtics, so we're just going to write it that we're going to get bad Boston Celtics here, and we're going to go with the Bulls, who've been playing a little bit better. Vucevic starting to shoot a little better and come into form. They still have a slight chance to slide into that play-in game there, so they still have something to play for. Plus 4 for the Chicago Bulls versus Boston Celtics tonight. That's all we got in the NBA. 2 games tonight. Knicks plus 6.5, Bulls plus 4. Let's go to Major League Baseball, and we got 5 games we're going to bet on in Major League Baseball tonight. First up, we're going with the Boston Red Sox at minus 158 with Edwin Rodriguez on the hill versus the Baltimore Orioles and Matt Harvey. Baltimore's been a little spunky of late, especially versus a couple of teams, but Matt Harvey is never spunky. Look for the Red Sox to put on a ton of runs tonight. I almost wanted to just go with the Red Sox over, but the line was much too high. We'll just go with the Red Sox outright at minus 150 versus the Baltimore Orioles. Next up, New York Yankees, who have been hot. Now, they've been facing a lot of bottom feeders, but right now, the Washington Nationals are a bottom feeder. Patrick Corbin has been terrible. He's given up the long ball. He's lost a ton of velocity of late. I think the Yankees hit him hard here, so we're going to go to the run line here. New York Yankees minus 1.5, plus 105 with Talion on the hill. Really think the Yankees will score a bunch of runs tonight. Next up, Texas Rangers minus 118 with Flutenwitz on the mound. Now, the Rangers do not have a lot of good pitchers, but I have liked Flutenwitz on the hill for the Rangers a couple times this year. He was a nice pitcher for the Braves. He's been pretty solid for the Rangers so far this year, and I think this matchup versus the Mariners favors the Rangers here, and minus 118, good even money there. So Texas Rangers minus 118 versus the Seattle Mariners and flexing. Oakland Athletics minus 130 with Manaea on the mound versus the Tampa Bay Rays and Rich Hill. Just love this bet. I think Oakland is the better team here. Rich Hill has been a little bit hot and cold for the Tampa Bay Rays. Love the way Manaea's pitched, and I think Oakland comes away with it. I think you're getting really good value at the minus 130 here for the Oakland Athletics. So Oakland minus 130 versus the Tampa Bay Rays. And lastly, we're going to go with the San Diego Padres at minus 152 with Snell on the hill versus the San Francisco Giants and Descafini. Really like the Padres here. Snell should be fine, should be able to shut down the San Francisco Giants, who've been pretty good in the West, much better than I think a lot of people thought, but I think the Padres have too much for him tonight, and look for Benny Snell to put it on the San Francisco Giants, and the Padres come and win with a nice win here, and minus 152 isn't too bad odds here, so Padres minus 152 versus San Francisco Giants. All right, that's our show for the day. Be sure to follow us on greenlightnetwork.org. Greenlight Network on Facebook and YouTube. Please like and subscribe to us. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to bring in Achilles Rain to break down the Canelo Alvarez fight and maybe have a couple bets on that one. Tomorrow on Winning Daily, we'll probably have a little bit of tennis, a whole lot of boxing, some horse racing, some NBA, and some Major League Baseball. And of course, we'll have Sunday morning and afternoon soccer for the next day. So be sure to tune in tomorrow for Winning Daily. I'm GLN Champ 5 on Twitter and Instagram. That's our show, and we're out.